My bad. There we go. My bad. Actually, you know what? Let me shut this door real quick. Hold up. There we go. Much better. Much better. Oh, let me make sure that everybody, whoever is in here, is in here. How is everybody doing today? I should have went live on Instagram. That's what I should have did. Cause I don't really see nobody in here. So here's what I'm gonna do. Yep. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Live on YouTube. Boom. Okay, we'll do that. We'll pin it. Actually, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Hold up. So as people are coming in, what up? I am on YouTube. Link is in my, if you're on Twitter, it's on my Twitter. If you are on Instagram, it's in my stories. And we are going to have a good time. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me make sure. Yo. What's really going on? Kellis, what's the word, man? I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this. No, I'm not. All right, let me see. So that works there. I actually got the chat going a little higher this week. Yeah, so we got the chat. So the chat is for the people who are watching on TV, because I was told some people cast this. So again, if you're on Instagram, I'm over on YouTube. Link is in my stories. I'm gonna look at this real quick because we're gonna talk today. I feel like talking. I don't have no schedule, no plan, nothing that I did last week. I'm not teaching no sermon, none of that. We gonna talk today. How is that? What if I did it like that? Hold on. Okay, that actually looks good. Hold on, let me move this down. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. There that is. All right, man. I'm getting off Instagram because I don't want to do this. I'm ready to talk. So if it's 2 people or if it's 200, I ain't tripping. I'll see y'all on Instagram. I'll see y'all on YouTube. Yeah, we gonna get out of here. I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm doing too much. I heard I messed around and somebody posted a link to Church of Laugh where they talked about they did a churchy version of Yams. And I'm like, why did I even watch that? Why did I even do that to myself? I have no clue. I'm just like, why would I even? I don't know. So what's up, y'all? Have y'all I guess we could start. Have y'all heard the new Kanye record that he dropped on? he dropped it through Alex Jones. Y'all heard that record? Yeah, Asics and New Balance are definitely the wave, for sure. Courtney was good, bro. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me fine? Yeah, both. I need a pair of Asics though. I really do. I need a pair. I don't have a pair like I want. Let me see if I can play it. I ain't even have it set. I don't even know why I asked this question. I don't have it set up. I don't even have it set up on here. Let me see. I'm gonna just play it from my phone. Actually, it's not. I'll play it from YouTube, and I'll just let my speakers catch it. No, it's not like, oh, it's bad. Like, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I want to have a conversation about a different kind of conversation about Kanye tonight. All right, hold on. Let me see if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear this? From me, someday we'll all be free. Take it from me. Can y'all hear that? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. As I'll say the group chat. In the chat, can y'all hear that? I don't know how delayed the chat is. We'll see. Okay, you can hear it. All right, bet. Let's rock. Someday we'll all be free. Just wait and see. Someday we'll all be free. Take it from me. Someday.
Waking up till I can't do this anymore. Text. And the Bible said I can't have any more sex till marriage. No trip to Paris. The meek should flourish. So where's my heiress? You wouldn't understand. Out there in this area, your friends are staring. Everyone's a Karen, claiming that they're caring. Wasn't given a fair hand. Getting called from parents. Got calls for prayers. Now soft from their hands. I forget what fear is. I forget what fear is. I forget what fear is. Other than the fear of the Almighty Yeshua. Who knew you before you knew who you was? Where down the teeth for you respond to me? Y'all know honesty, y'all all honor me. I know cause the headlines why she wanna leave. You know I follow God, so you should follow me. Take it from me, we'll all be free. I ain't never rocked with none of y'all, no way. And I'm pulling up in that white OJ. Used to wear a watch filled with the O'Shea's. Jackson, if you're nasty. Tweeted DEF CON, now we past 3. Tweeted DEF CON, now we past 3.
Can we just kind of say, like, you like the uniforms, but that's about it?
There's a lot of things that I love, that I love, that I love, that I love.
All right. Couldn't help himself. Yeah, Keem, that's the new Ye. Yep. Just came out a few years ago on InfoWars on Alex Jones' platform. And I'm going to talk about social media shortly. But yeah, that record's dope, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very interesting when people say they want the old Ye, and then he does stuff like this that is very reminiscent of the old Ye. You know. But I'm not here. I don't really want to have the conversation about, like, you know, whether he's right or, because, like, listen, like, Kanye tripping. Like, he doing too, like, not even, it's like, I think the biggest problem for me is just like, why are you doing this? Like, it's not necessary. And I'm a big proprietor of certain things not being necessary. Like, yo, you don't, like, why are you doing this? Like, you don't have, so I'm not on the, oh, he's a genius. Well, like, nah. I don't see it. And I don't really, like, I don't know what he's doing, but just even the method of it is just like, I'm good. I'm gonna move that down and get that. There we go. That's cool. But it's complicated, right? Because how many times I said this in a freestyle that I recently dropped. I said, you know, I've done a lot of wrong, so my lens bends to lead with grace. I guess that's why I see a lot of me in Ye. And the way that I interpret that, or the way that what I meant when I wrote that was, how many times, not even in my Christian walk, but just in my life, how many times in my life have I been loud and wrong? Or where people have, like, I'm sure they've been like, yo, what is Armond doing? Like, he kind of bugging right now. And then maybe in hindsight, come to find out I was right all along, or I was bugging and I didn't know I was bugging until I looked back and I was like, oh yeah, I'm bugging. My bad, y'all. That was too much. That was a lot. But that's the other thing. The other thing that I want to say about that is when people, I want to try something, hold on, because I feel like hold on. Are y'all still here in the chat, or did the thing freeze? Did the chat freeze? Can y'all say something in here? Let me see something. No? Okay, okay, y'all just quiet. Okay, bet. All right, I was just wondering, like, what do y'all do? All right, here's my issue that I don't see anybody talking about when it comes to Kanye. This idea that we need one singular figure to save us. And when hi baby, see my wife's in here. Is Zai asleep? Yeah, it's moving now. We good. It's always just really fascinating to me. Not even fascinating, but it's like troubling. Like, so we talk about this celebrity culture, but like really another word for that is like worship culture. So I'm sure as believers, we've all heard at one time that you're created to worship and you're going to worship something, right? And if you're not worshiping God, then just in your humanity, you're going to worship something. You're going to esteem something to the place of where a deity lies. And our culture is so riddled with, financial worship, grind culture. Hi, Zaya. Grind culture, and just like overall celebrity worship. And what I think of is Kanye has leaned into that because that's existed long before he got here. So he's leaned into that, and that is well documented. And people are taking him to task for being irresponsible with that. And I get it. But there's never, ever, ever, ever the other side where people take accountability for the fact that these niggas is on their knees, hands lifted, singing Kanye West songs, praising it, like, and I should say Kanye West the deity, I should say. I had a better way of, but like, it's always fascinating and it's a little troubling to me that people just can't seem to like acknowledge their bias to the point of worship. And it's never our fault for putting people in places where they shouldn't be. Like, if Kanye or anybody else wasn't in a place higher than they needed to be, then you wouldn't be as disappointed when they fall short. That's just my belief. I'm at the age and place in my life where no one that I don't know, I'm at the place in my life now where no one that I don't know can disappoint me. I'm going to say that again. I'm at the place in my life where not a person that I do not have a relationship with can disappoint me. You know what I'm saying? So whatever Kanye is doing, Kanye is in a whole other place that we don't live that life. We're not in Calabasas. We're not billionaires. We don't know what it's like to lose billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when we talk about the way that these people act and how they how they think and the things that they care about, like, it's weird to us. It's weird. And it's weird to us primarily because we're not in that life. Have you ever been to a party where you knew you ain't had no business being there when you got there? I walk in, you know what I'm saying? And I realize that like the environment is just not conducive to my belief system, my friend groups, my community. And I'm just like, what am I doing here? I don't like the food. The music is whack. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? I'm not dressed properly. I got a hoodie and a beanie on, and these folks is in here, you know, dressed to the nines in full suits. I got a Halloween costume on, and folks is just like dressed in suits and evening gowns, and they looking at you. They looking at me like, yo, why are you here? And I'm looking like, why am I here? And it's not that anybody is wrong. It's just that I don't understand the culture that is represented at this party. Had I known, then I would have dressed up in the suit, right? So I think that there is a place in time that where we have to come and we got to acknowledge we got some stuff wrong. There's some stuff that we're mishandling. In this place where everybody is doing the work of it's like heal. Okay, here we go. We're in heal culture, right? So everybody is heal, sis, heal and cry like a man and all this stuff. And a good percentage of it is fluff. It's coming from people who aren't doing the work, who didn't do the work. And doing the work isn't just going to therapy, because you can go to therapy and you can manipulate therapy, let me tell you. Or you can go to church and you can go to the altar and you can do everything right and you can willpower yourself into a place where you feel like you're doing better. But the work, some people are really doing the work. Some people are really doing the work. And they are a few things. So on one hand, they're forgiving people. They are letting things go. They are trying new things. They are, seeking God in a new way. They are in situations and environments that are stretching them and challenging them, and they're responding to that. On the other hand, they're also realizing that they are not a giant project. Like, you weren't created to just heal. And once you get better, then everything around you will get better. That's not true. We live in a broken world. So you can be all the way healed, or you could see things from a better perspective and still look around and be like, yo, this is, because if anything, when you begin the process of really healing, you begin to see things that prior to you didn't even know were there. And you're like, wait a minute, this is on some trash. Like, what's up with this? Because one of the things that I'm struggling with, and this is a sidebar, but I'm gonna get back to my point. The sidebar that I'm having, I was talking to my homegirl about this the other day, is like, yo, the more that I feel like I'm going through this process of healing, the further away I feel from what I believed to be saved. I'm not denying Christ. I'm not denying his word. I'm not denying any of that stuff. I just feel like the more that I'm resolving things and all the things that I listed earlier that have been a part of, many people's healing journey, as I myself am going down that path, I'm looking at what is defined as saved, and I'm like, some ain't right. The math ain't mathing, as folks say. And I don't have an answer for that other than like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, what's up with this? This is new. This is different. And I'm still trying to like rationalize that and figure out what that means. And how God fits into that. It's just it's a new space. And I really feel like many things that we have defined or that we've seen in the Bible, we've defined them within our finite minds. And I really just feel like we really don't know God, bro. We really don't. And we don't know ourselves. Like, as simple as the gospel is, and as the gospel is simple, but it's such this like magnanimous thing. Like, humanity and things that happen generationally is so big. It's hard to like get a grip on it and say, okay, this is it. It's really hard to do that. But that's where I'm at. That was just a sidebar. But people are getting healed. People are doing the work and they're healing. And what's happening, and what I said this in my stories, and I didn't get no response. I didn't get any response. And I thought that was very interesting, because I said people who are healed, specifically black people who are healed, who are healing, I should say, they are going to begin to ask questions of our culture. And it's some things that the black voice that many people say is diverse, but it's not. But there are many things that I think the black voice is going to have to account for. And I don't think they're ready. Because other things have been really easy to just like dismiss. This is coming from white people. This is an oppressed system. This is this. This is this. This is this. You can identify all these places to like move the blame away. But eventually it's going to come in house. And the same way that the church spent the last few years being taken to task, the same way that white folks have spent the last few years being taken to task, and the same way that now people who've been acting crazy, your Kanye's and all, whatever, all right, taking a task, right? Being held accountable, right? Because I hate that. You can't hold anybody accountable on social media. I don't know you. Nobody in this chat outside of my wife and Lauren can hold me accountable, because those are the only two people who actually know me, personally know me, know my wife, know my family. Nobody else can hold me accountable for real. But this black voice that speaks for us, that postures itself and positions itself as being the authority on all things black, it's some things that they're about to have to account for. And I don't know if they're ready. I don't know if that voice is ready. Like, nah, bro, what is this? And why are we doing it? Oh, shut up, Tiffany. Nah, don't pop up and say I can. Shut up. Oh, my bad. All right. Hey, y'all, I'm married, so it is what it is. It happens. I really feel, I don't know anything else beyond that. I'm just going to let the prophecy sit there, and I'm just going to let that be what it is. I don't know anything beyond that, but I just really feel like there are some things that the black voice is going to have to account for, like really, really soon. I can see it. I just feel it. I feel it coming. That's like, because that's how God is, man. Like, God don't let nobody get away with it. Like, you be in the back, and you'll be like, yeah, tell him. And then God will be like, oh, no. It's like the person, no. It's like when folks is cracking jokes at the lunch table and somebody laugh too hard and they say, I know you ain't laughing. And then you get just flamed for 10 minutes. You get flamed for laughing too hard. That's what I feel like. feel like folks is laughing a little too hard, and I feel like God about to be like, I know you ain't laughing. So, humanity, Tommy says, humanity has always celebrated celebrities, hence the name. The struggle is when we celebrate people instead of their work. Our celebrations of people turn into worship. I think I agree. I agree. And I also feel like you can celebrate work. You can put work in a place where a little higher than it is. It's just work. It's just it's creation, right? I agree. But I agree, though. Speaking from my experience, I think a whole lot of people get healing wrong. Talk to me about that. That's a very interesting point. I agree. I agree. I feel like people get healing so wrong. I heard somebody say, and I know there's some single people in here, and I recently saw a quote that said, like, yo, don't marry somebody until you get healed, and your partner is not a project and all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, I don't believe that anymore. I used to believe that. I don't believe that anymore. I don't think that healing is a place that you get to. And then I don't think a whole you connects with a whole person and y'all collaborate and y'all make the best of both worlds. Y'all do a joint album. I don't think that's how that works. There's some things that my wife has helped me with that I didn't even know existed until I got into a intimate space with her. Physically, a physical intimate space. Like, we lived together. You know what I'm saying? And we did all the work. We did all the steps that they tell you that a couple should do. We did counseling and therapy and classes, and we took things slow, and we did all the stuff. And when I look back on that stuff now, and we've only been married 2.5 years. And bro, it just seems so long ago. And that stuff, I remember sitting in that class. We took this class at this church, and my wife didn't really get it, but I was sitting in the back and I was like, yo, this is some bull. This is BS. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this. This just seems really fluffy. Like, this don't seem like it's really getting to the heart of stuff. And in hindsight, I was right. I was right. I was like, this ain't really it. This is very, like, man, listen, man, my wife is a social worker and I'm me. Like, bro, we are always having heavy conversations. Always. You know what I'm saying? Healing is continual and your partner is going to trigger the unhealed part of you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let me ask y'all a question. If you were triggered, if something triggers you, does that mean that you're not healed in that area, or does it just mean that it's a trigger? So if I don't like the fact that my wife, doesn't, I don't know, she don't put her dishes in the dishwasher, or, she don't put her dishes in the dishwasher. And I'm using this as an example. So let's say my wife does something and I point it out every time she doesn't do it. Does that mean that I don't have patience and that her doing that triggers my lack of patience? I'm just curious. It's a hypothetical question. And maybe doing the dishes is a bad example. It's a trigger just like we may be in Christ but still have thorns, and thorns is in parentheses. Those thorns, and some of those thorns were not removed, and God said, I'm not going to remove this thorn. It's a good point. I agree. Annoying, nitpicky things are not triggers. Oh, that's how I know you're not married, because that stuff that's not a nitpicky thing. Yeah, that's not a nitpicky thing. Let me tell you. Like, when you get into a space with somebody, all that stuff ain't like, yo, the stuff that you get mad about, it's redefined when you get in that space. I'll say that. It definitely gets redefined. So maybe things that were nitpicky at one point, now it's like, all right. So let me see. Trees have a lot of roots. That's my answer. Do you mean roots or branches? Clarify that for me, Lauren. I agree 100%. You're always a work in progress. Ain't no such thing as being completely healed. Marriage is a front row seat to your spouse's sanctification process. That's a fact. I think of triggers as past traumas. Okay. Every part of my journey where I needed to be healed came subtle, and most of the times God is subtle. Everything out here tells you that healing is going to hit you like Eureka, but it's not like that. Ooh. God is very, here we go, because okay, so now the chat is going crazy. Okay, so I was talking about Kanye, niggas was quiet. Now we talking. Okay, bet. For some people in this chat that I know personally, I will tell them and shut up, Tiffany. I didn't call out whatever. Singleness is a gift. Like you'll be fine. And I already know that like your dude is out there somewhere writing a script or something. Who knows? Or digging a hole doing construction. I don't know. But I love you, Tiffany. Some of my friends hear God very, very clearly and very, very like, and they'll tell you that when they hear God, it like they don't hear it constantly, right? So it's not a thing where like God is talking to them the way that I'm talking to you. But I feel like God is very loud with those people, at least when they share like their testimonies, like, well, God said this and I went here and I did this and God said this. And at one point in my walk, that was very much how I felt like my relationship with the Lord was. And lately, over the last few years, he's been very subtle. I'll have like inklings of what I think he wants. And at this point, I'm just like trying stuff. I'm like, yeah, I think this is what God wants. All right, let me try this. Because there's certain things that just ain't going to change. Like God is going to want me to do this. And as I get older, there's obvious things that God, okay, your health, your money, how you treat your family, how you spend your time. Like those are things that like God is like, all right, like those are obvious, and they're biblical things that can be applied to those things. But I'm talking about like the unique things that are unique to me. Maybe the things that I want to accomplish, the goals that I have, the things that I need, the things that I want. Where am I going to live? Where's my house at? What kind of car am I going to drive? Where am I going to work? How am I going to make my money? What is my ministry in this area? Like God is very subtle. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, to your point, Lauren, when you said some direct things to me from God that happened exactly, like sometimes it's like that. And it's usually it might be for other people. And, we talk about that, like, God is very clear for other people. But then like with ourselves, when it comes to our own stuff, he's quiet. But I feel like that's where community comes in. We just hear God for each other. But I feel like God is very subtle for me, to Courtney's point. I feel like he's very subtle. And I try stuff, and then like if I get it wrong, I'm never like wrong per se. It's just like, maybe that door didn't open, or I didn't see it all the way through, but I learned something, or I figured something out, or I'm going to try this moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Let me see. A coupe gets you to where you need to go just the same as a sedan. Listen, man, I want an electric truck. I want that Chevy Silverado electric truck. So I feel you. But I want that big boy. I want that bad. And I'm believing God for it. Oh, shoot. No, you're right. You're both right, Lauren and Tiffany. Like, no, trees have a lot of roots and branches. It's the same thing. Absolutely. Lots of roots and lots of branches. Absolutely. Just got here. Is there a theme to the Q&A? No, we just talking. Like I ended up not using a whole lot of those questions from the Q&A because it was all about music, and I don't feel like talking about music. Like, tell who's a I don't feel like talking about music directly. Not really. It's not where I'm at. If you want to do that, go to Clock Radio Speakers. Go to my Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, that is launching very soon. I'm just letting y'all know right now. Get your coins together, because we about to make that happen. Let me see. Is it possible that God seems subtle when he speaks to us because we are in our situation in real time? Absolutely. I have nothing to add to that. Probably. And then when you get out of it, you're like, oh, that's where God was. For sure. I can absolutely see that. 100%. 100%. So, yeah, I would, yeah. I'm taking a break because I've been talking for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes straight. Let me see. What is my favorite wrestling angle and why? Of all time, or the last 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, period, ever? I need to get back in my wrestling. I've really been watching a lot more wrestling than I've watched in a long time. And that's simply because Vince retired. I be in my group chat now. I used to be on Twitter. And maybe that's the point. Is like, yo, I'm really 2023. You're going to see me on social media a lot less. And I'm not even, and that's just because what social media is becoming, from what I know it to be, it's just becoming more of a waste of time. And I'm going to get into that in a second, but let me answer your question directly. I mean, currently it's the bloodline. Like, I was telling my homeboy the other day, the way that people talk about the Mega Powers, the NWO, Mr. McMahon versus Austin, that's the way that people are going to talk about the bloodline in 20 years. Like, this has been like the best wrestling angle in I don't know how long. It is so entertaining, and there's so many. I literally do not know who's going to beat Roman. I have no clue. See, that's the thing. The Sammy PF ain't gonna be him turning. I don't know if he's gonna turn. I don't know. Like, it makes sense that. So reports have said that it's gonna be Roman and Kevin Owens. And we're gonna get back to stuff in a minute. We're just gonna get real nerdy for a second. So y'all just stay here. I know most of y'all don't watch wrestling, but we're gonna stay here in this nerdy spot real quick. So most people say it's gonna be Roman and KO at the Royal Rumble, and then Roman and Sammy at Elimination Chamber, and then Kevin and Sammy against the Usos. Ooh, Solo turning. I could see that. See, that's what makes good. You just don't know. And it's not like we'll do it like this, because Tiffany's in here and Tiffany's a writer. But like, when you guys watch movies, or y'all read books or play video games, wherever the story is, like, what's the word I'm looking for? When something happens and that's not supposed to happen. I can't think of the word. But those things, for the sake of them, like, is trash. I hate that. Like, I'm okay with things being predictable if that's where the story has to go in order for it to tell the best story. Like, I'm okay with things being predictable. Swerve. Thank you. I hate unnecessary swerves. I hate unnecessary. Like, my favorite swerve. Have y'all seen Gone Girl? Gone Girl is one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love that movie. I went on a date with this girl that I was really into, and we saw Gone Girl on a whim. Plot twist. That's another thing for it. I went and saw Gone Girl with this girl that I really liked, and we just saw it on a whim. We was just at the mall, and there's a movie theater at the mall. We was like, yo, let's go see a movie. And we saw that movie. And after the movie was over, we went to this restaurant, and we was just quiet the whole time. This is our first date. Because the swerve in that, the plot twist in that is so good. It's so good. It makes sense. It keeps you glued. You're asking questions. Like, that's great. And Kellis, I disagree. It is not a one watch only movie, because when you watch it the second time, actually you need to watch it 3 times. First time you watch it is for the shock. The second time you watch it is to see if there are any clues that they leave. And then the third time is you look at the other characters and see how they play into it. Like, dog, Gone Girl is so good. Lauren, you have to watch Gone Girl. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. That girl who plays the wife, she bodied that role. And I don't even think she got an Oscar for that. And they tripping. Gone Girl is good. You have to watch it multiple times. Listen, Gone Girl is so good, it made me like Tyler Perry. Like, yo, Tyler Perry in that movie was fantastic. He bodied his role. Listen. It's so good. Yeah, Lauren, you have to watch it. I don't know if it's on. There's an app, y'all, called Just Watch. Okay? Doc put me on. It's called Just Watch. I don't know if y'all can see that. Just Watch. So you can literally look for anything and it'll tell you what streaming platform it's on. So, Gone Girl, and if you can see, my battery's low. That's fine. It's on HBO Max. Yeah, it's on HBO Max. And you can rent it on Apple TV, but it's on HBO Max. Please make it your business to see Gone Girl. That movie is great if you haven't seen it. It's so good. But yeah, to the original point, like, yeah. But the other question, I want to get to this other point about social media, and I missed my point where I was going to go into that. But my favorite angle of all time, I really don't know. It has to be like early NWO or God. Or the Real World's champion, Ric Flair, 91 into the 92 Rumble or something like that. I don't know. That's a great question. I might have to come back to that. So, do y'all hear my shoulder? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I messed my shoulder up. Yes. Thank you, Lauren. Social media is a marketplace. So, I want to show y'all this video. And I saw it on TikTok, and now I'm at the place now where I'm just saving stuff on TikTok. Like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So it's a video, and it made me realize some things, and I want to talk about social media and community and what that means. There's definitely money with Sammy and Roman, but I don't see Sammy being the person to, like, the only person that they have left to beat Roman is Cody, and I don't want it to be Cody. But he's the only one to me that serves, or that like serves as like a potential threat that could actually beat Roman. I don't see Sammy beating Roman. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a thing where like everybody turns on him and everybody leaves him and all that stuff, and Sammy takes advantage. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I don't want Cody to beat Roman either. I'm good. But let me show y'all this video real quick. This video is hard. Hold up. Let me turn this down. All right, and then let me see. Let me know if y'all can see this.
Some of the largest social media platforms are in shambles.
My bad. All right. Y'all said it was silent. Okay, that's cool. Let's try it now. Hold on, let me know if this.
Some of the largest social media platforms are in shambles. Facebook's bumbling attempts to build a metaverse are going to cost the company an estimated $100 billion and have already shed about $1 trillion off of its market value. And at the same time, over at Twitter, we see Elon Musk hopping from one crisis to another as he tries to take control of the company that he just bought. But what if the wrong question is one that's focused on the future social media, because social media is already dead? What was sold to the public as a way to connect with friends and family, to discover and cultivate community, to build long-lasting ties online and in the real world has proven to be anything but. What we've actually got are advertiser platforms that have offered pale imitations of social life that's embedded with transactions and commodities at every single step of the way. Facebook said that it was going to connect the world, but in reality, it's just connecting advertisers to you, and it's offering products or buying companies that will help it advance that mission, not connecting the world. Most of Facebook's efforts has failed, right? It's created e-commerce platforms, marketplaces, dating services, virtual reality headsets, cryptocurrencies, all in a desperate bid to get more of daily life onto its platform. But some things have worked. It's been able to spark mental health crises. It's been able to incite a genocide. It's been able to create waves of misinformation and disinformation. It's been able to spread right-wing extremism throughout the general population. And to be clear, there are alternatives that exist right now. Mastodon is one example of a good alternative. It's a decentralized federated network that is offering itself as a Twitter alternative. But these things will never scale up. We'll never be able to use them in ways, explore, experiment with what a real social network would look like, as long as all of the instruments we would use to explore and design that system are privately owned and held. And to change that is going to require a global movement where people upend all of the pillars in our political, economic, cultural systems that are holding us back from the technological change that we need to have real social media.
All right. Cool, right? Cool story. So I got on social media. I'm about to date myself. I got on social media in 1998. That was my introduction to like the real, like the internet. I don't know if that's Web 1.0. I don't know what that is. But I mean, I built my first website on a website called Spree and another one called Angel Fire. I was on Black Planet in the year 2000. 99, actually like 99, I would say. I was on Black Planet, had an account there, wilding on Black Planet. Black Planet was, boy, oh boy. And then I got onto like forums. So I was on Support Online Hip Hop, which is now the Kali. That's where I met Doc. That's where I met Sandman, who's one of my producers. And I had like, what's the name of that? What's the name of that chat? Before Discord, it was called IRC. We literally like share music in there. Like what Discord is now, that was IRC 20 years ago. And it was real community. So it was like literally meeting people. I was an artist. It was really how I learned to like get my hippity hop rappity rap chops up, because I'm meeting different rappers. I met a rapper from Chicago who knew DJ K Slay, rest in peace. And K Slay had a DJ that was under him, and I was able to get some music to him. I got a freestyle to him, because that was the thing back then, was getting on a mixtape. And he was the first one to tell me I was trash. Like, what? I'm trash? Are you serious? It was the best thing that happened to me. It was my first introduction to just like hearing about stuff and leaked records and connecting with people generally just in a digital space they didn't live in my city, didn't live in my state. Met people from all over the world. I was literally on the internet all the time. That lasted till about 2008 when I got on Twitter. And the first couple years, if you caught on Twitter early, you know that Twitter was absolutely incredible its first few years. And I've gone on record to say that Ferguson was the event that changed not just Twitter forever, but like social media, like forever. And now when we look at social media is, like the video said, it's one big like marketplace. And, you know, one of the most infamous quotes is, if something is free, you're the product. And every time we get on social media, and we see it all the time, we talk about this with like Black Twitter and all this stuff, like you'll see people whose ideas are farmed and stolen. Somebody will create an idea, somebody will create a dance, something, and then somebody else in a more prominent position will take that idea, take that dance, take that production, and throw some dollars behind it, and, you know, basically steal it, not give any credit for it. But what we're seeing now is like the real craziness. And I didn't realize it until recently. So many of us, and I'm sure you guys, let me know if like, okay, let me ask y'all this. Are any of you guys monetized on any of your social media platforms? So Facebook monetizes, Twitter monetizes in a very unique way. Instagram monetizes, TikTok kind of monetizes, and YouTube monetizes. Is anybody monetized on a social media platform? Let me know. I am monetized on Facebook, and I just got monetized on Instagram this week. So on Facebook, they launched their Reels similar to Instagram, and the more views you get, you know, that you hit a certain threshold, you make that money. So at one point, Facebook was I was actually making like some decent money on Facebook. And over the last month or so, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like, I don't know if it's just me, but like my feed has gone like to be really, really like Reels based. So all I'm seeing are like videos now, where before I'm not really seeing people's like written out statuses the way that I always have. And of course, we all know with Instagram, like Instagram is like, it's kind of phasing out photos. They'll tell you that. But to be honest, like I get the most engagement when I post photos. I get more engagement from photos than I do from my Reels. Now, something I found out. So there's this kid named LaRussell. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. So LaRussell is a independent artist, and one of his things is he kind of takes the spirit of Nipsey Hussle, and he talks like all the proud to pay stuff, and, you know, name your price and all that stuff. So he was talking about monetizing his social media. He does these Q&A sessions on Fridays, and he'll, you know, drop gems and all that stuff. So one of the things that he said was like, yo, when you monetize your platform and you post a reel, you have 24 hours to share that reel or to change. Oh, so what you do is you post your reel and you don't monetize it, but within 24 hours, you change it to be monetized. And that's how you trick the algorithm to give you more views. Because what happens is I got monetized and my boy got monetized, and my boy told me, and my boy has 5 times the followers that he is, well over, he probably got 13,000 followers. He has way more than I have. And he said he does not get any engagement on his reels anymore the way that he did before he got monetized. So what that's looking like to me is that there's this carrot that's dangling over our heads. And there's this idea of monetization. Oh, I can make money by posting on social media. And they're going to make it so hard for you to hit your quota so you can make your max, because it says, oh, you can make $1,200 a month. You can make $30,000 a month, $3,000, $5,000 a month. Oh, that would be great. I could quit my job and do this. I could whatever. And then, you know, they want you to post 150 reels, and none of those reels help you get to your $1,200. It's a carrot that's being dangled over your head. And we're seeing this with all these different platforms monetizing their space and making it so. Except YouTube. YouTube doesn't seem as whorish right now. I actually think YouTube is doing really, really well, which is one of the reasons why I've been using this platform so much. But I realize that the reason why I'm on social media so much is because I have all of those years of experience of real engagement. And I think somewhere subconsciously, I'm waiting for that engagement to come back. And it's not coming back. It's not coming back. So when I said earlier that I'm not going to be on social media that much moving forward, it's because it's become a big marketplace. So when you see me on there, I'll probably be selling something or pushing something or cultivating something in relation to my brand. But starting at the top of the year, has any of y'all noticed that? Like, and I'm different because, like I have this little fake platform and people know who I am. A few people know who I am and whatever. But I want to talk to the people in the chat. Like, do y'all see a difference in like your engagement? Like my Facebook is trash because 90% of the people who I'm friends with, I don't know who they are. I don't like really see my friends. Whereas, some of you, some people in here who just may follow their favorite artists and their friends and whatever, like, is your social media experience like different? Is it still enjoyable? Do you still see all your people? And I'm legitimately asking while I drink some water. I would love to know. Because it's very discouraging for me to continue to use the platform. We've always used the excuse like, oh yeah, this is how I get to, stay connected with my friends or whatever. But now I realize like, bro, I got everybody's number. All these people in the chat room that I talk to or that are in here, like I talk to these people on the phone all the time. I just send them a text. I just FaceTime them. And we don't need to be. I just followed Tiffany on social media, on Twitter 2 weeks ago. I don't need to see your tweets. I talk to you all the time. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. Did the chat freeze or y'all quiet? There it is. I'm really only on IG and it does not show me who in it. I'm sorry. I'm really only on Instagram and it does seem to show me whoever I interact with the most. Yes. So you guys, do y'all favorite your favorites, or is it a thing where like you want everybody that you follow to be a favorite? I made it a point. I favorited a couple of accounts and like I see everything that they post because I favorited them. That helps out a lot. Or do you guys, it's funny, everybody was like, make our Instagram feed chronological. And then they did it and nobody uses it. I still use it somewhat. I'll check on it, but I still just kind of follow it's how lazy we are. Like I just follow the feed just based off of what they get. And then I have to think like, oh, I should do this. I should go back to the chronological feed. Yep. Honestly, I'm tired of being sold to so many ads. Yes. I do not see my people. I forget who I even follow. I miss chat rooms like Zanga. Oh my God, Zanga. Ooh boy. I wasn't really on Zanga like that, but I definitely remember the Zanga days. Boy, oh boy. Man, what a time. Oh my God. Yeah. Chat, like, yeah, I was even just thinking, like, I know a lot of people like Discord, but like, I'm even just thinking about like Telegram. Like I'm in a couple of Telegram rooms and they're like, it's like a chat room. Like it's legitimately dope. I was thinking about setting one of those up. I've always wanted to set one of those up for like CRS, for like clock radio speakers. But I may set one up for my Patreon. I think that'd be really dope. Yep. Social media is mostly ads. Absolutely. It's, may need to, I get a lot of folks watching my stories, but that's it. Yeah, for sure. Same. Yeah, stories are touch and go. Sometimes I'll get hundreds of people watching my stories, and then sometimes I'll get 40 people. I'm like, the algorithm is just, that's the thing, man. Like the algorithm is so stupid. It doesn't make sense, and it just feels like you're chasing this dangling carrot. Like, oh, I gotta post at this certain time, and I gotta write this copy to do. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Sometimes I just want to share a picture. I just want to say, look at this thing that I did. Listen to this song that I created. And the people who follow me, I want them to be able to see it. And now I got to get into the ads game because I'm about to start putting out content and I want people to see it, but I have to pay the people who already follow me to see. Are you crazy? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. And I just don't have the time. I've been so stressed. Y'all know me. I've been trying to figure out this algorithm for years, dog. Like for years. And I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. It's nothing to figure out. And I don't want to people like, yeah, you just got to go on TikTok. I don't want to go on TikTok. I'll be on TikTok and I just upload. I have not promoted my TikTok one time on my other social media platforms. All I do is just post stuff that I already shared on other platforms. And I get a little engagement, like CRS gets decent engagement, but like all my stuff, not really. I don't really care. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Microtransactions. Listen, I blame all this on 2K18. If you play 2K18 was microtransaction hell. It costs like 10,000 VC to get a haircut in that game. That is the worst. That is the last time that I bought a 2K game on day one, and I regret it. And it's still sitting downstairs in my living room, like with all my games. And I should just go to GameStop and sell it for $3 because I don't want nothing to do with that game. That game is terrible. That game is horrible. It's terrible. I'm going to just wait until 2K is $10. It'll be that probably like in March, and I'll buy 2K23 and I'll just do it like that. I'm not doing that. But yo, these you're absolutely right, bro. These microtransactions, everything costs money. And on one hand, and that's one of the reasons, and I just say this as an artist, like, yo, so you could say the same thing for a Patreon, right? Like, yo, I shouldn't have to pay, but like, I know where this money is directly going. I'm paying for ad service on social media to potentially go to my fan base. If I have to do all these other things right with my audience and targeting and all this other stuff, versus I don't have any problem passing the collection plate and directly supporting the people that I rock with. I don't have any problem with that. I will buy your CD. I will buy your merch if it's good quality. I will, you know what I'm saying? If I rock with you, I don't mind spending the money. So I really enjoy what Patreon does for artists and for creators, but like just throwing my money, pissing into the wind, I can't. I don't see I don't want to do it. So I'm over it, y'all. I'm over it. Let me see. What do you say? Yeah, that's the other. Yeah, dog. Yeah, just playing exhibitions with the homies. That's exactly. I just get on the joint and I just be talking trash with the homies. Like I've never played 2K online. Absolutely not. No, sir. Let me see. Facebook shows me some of my people, but it's like 80% ads. Instagram is horrible at showing me anyone that's not a content creator. And that's interesting because they tell you got to post 3 to 5 times a day. So regular normal people who just want to share pictures of, you know, their kids and cool stuff that they're doing in their lives or whatever, they're not posting 3 to 5 times a day. They just posting and nobody will see it, right? But you know, the content creator is going to feed that algorithm, and the content creators already have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers versus just a normal person who just has 300 people. They just chilling. It's weird. I'm not against marketplace, buying, selling, transacting, etc., but just be needing a break and a space to not sell or be sold. Yes. I'm over it. I hate it. I'm over it. I want to be able to directly communicate with the people that rock with me and that I rock with them. And I want to be able to show them what I have going on. And I want that to also be transactional. I want it to be like a real community. I want to learn some stuff. I learn stuff in this chat. My chats are always like super fire. People meet each other and they got this going on and that. Like, yo, my chats are, I am a connector when it comes to people. But if I'm not around, if I can't use social media to connect to people, it's not social. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I don't know, man. I'm over it. So, I'm just putting the word out now. Like, yeah, once I got a single coming out in January, hopefully, God willing, in January. And I'm going to have a Patreon, and my Patreon will get it first. I will eventually put it on social media and platforms. Y'all know me. We do Black Jordans, White Socks. We make stuff very exclusive, but I definitely want to put my things in a place where, you know, they can be where people want to see it. So I don't want to do that. Speaking of things that are going on, you know, December 18th. So, dang, what is that? Is that next Sunday? Yeah, that's next Sunday, December 18th. Myself and Taylor Gray will be performing live at this spot here in the city called Adela's. Shout out to my man Zero Star, who is the owner of that venue. The place is super, super dope. And we're going to be performing just records through our catalog. Black Jordans, White Sox records, solo records. I just booked a surprise that I am thrilled about. Tanika, I will tell you when we end this live. But there's going to be some really cool things going. And one of the things that I want to do moving forward is virtual concerts and more spaces like these where y'all just aren't in the group chat. Like, I want to actually, like, if y'all want to talk, I would just want to create a place where we can, like, get together and talk and, you know, man, just be community and, you know, take advantage of technology. Cause, like, listen, man, I'm just keep right. I attract some weirdos, but I attract mostly like fire, really dope people, down to earth, real. Like the space that I'm so glad that the other rappers that I know, specifically the Christian rappers, like it's the regular rappers I know, it ain't really, of course there's weirdos everywhere, but I'm really glad that my Christian audience don't be on trash for the most part. I go to some of these other Christian rappers' comment sections and doing the most. Doing the most. What are y'all doing? What do y'all be talking about? Do y'all even talk to people? Do y'all know people? What is going on with y'all? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to stay on here for like another 5 or 10 minutes. Let's do like a real quick like Q&A. Let's just answer some questions real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here. I wanted to make some time because my man Black asked the question about my favorite wrestling angle. I want to get into a little bit of randomness and make that space there, and then I'm going to get out of here. So let me know what's on what y'all want to talk about real quick. Say Courtney earlier said Asics or New Balance. I need a pair of Asics. Let me show you these Asics that I want. I'm not going to get them because resale is nuts. But I seen them yesterday, and they're stupid. They're crazy. Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. It's over here. These Ice Studio. Let's see if you can see. You can't really see. You can't really see it because of the light. Let me see if I can find a picture. Hold up. Hold on. Ice Studios Asics. Let me pull these up. These Asics are super hard. There we go. All right, let me see what I can do. Window capture. No, I don't want 10% off. Hold on, y'all. I got it. There we go. got it up. Give me 1 second. I got y'all. Ooh, buddy. There we go. These are crazy. I love these. Those are hard. So these are the Ice Studios Gel Cayano 14s. Those are crazy. I need a pair of those. I'll get them one day. Yeah, those are hard. Those are dummy hard. Pause just in case. Yeah, those are crazy. All right, let me see. Let's see what questions y'all got. We can get out of here. What happened with model ministry? I just kind of lost the desire to do it, to be honest with you. I didn't like. It got weird. Do I want to get into that bag? Lauren, do I want to get into that bag? Tanika, do I want to get into that bag? Do I really want to talk about that publicly? It got weird. I definitely want a Gel Light 3. I do not own a Gel. No, I own a Gel Light 5. I got the Ronnie 5, the Kif, the Salmon Toe Gel Light 5s. Those are very comfortable, but I want a pair of Gel Light 3s for sure. And Lauren, do I have, yeah, I do. Okay, those are the ones you were talking about. Yo, man. Was it the biters? Yes, it was them for sure. It was like, it was men asking. Well, there's a few things. Number one, first of all, and I shared this last week, Kellis, but when I initially did different Instagrams, that was what you did during the time. So you had Instagrams for separate entities. Nowadays, that's not the case. You go on Instagram now and somebody does 10 different things, and that's okay. So I wish I would have like stuck to that, and of course hindsight is 2020, but taking the advice of someone who meant well, but I should have just like stuck with that, because I've been getting fit pics off since like 2014, right? So I don't know why I just didn't like stick to that. But if I had the space to do one thing, if my brain only allowed me to do one thing, I would flourish. So back when I was just rapping, like it was easy to do that. But now I'm rapping. I got 2 podcasts. I'm live streaming. I got model ministry. I got, like just a whole assortment of just stuff. And it's hard to create content every single week for that. And that kind of that's one of the reasons why I don't want to do social media in general, because it's the burnout. I do all this content, and my wife will tell you, I'll create all this stuff. I'll do all this stuff. I'm really happy with it. I'll buy equipment, and then I don't get the engagement that I want because I didn't post at the right time. I hate that. People who didn't see it, companies. I had a couple of companies who tried to like steal my content, and oh yeah, if you could send it to me, but then like remove everything that has to do with you and then do it for free. And I had, whack companies try to send me clothes, and and I had dudes who were just like really awkward, and like it was a lot. It was a lot, and it just wasn't fun. So I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna do it, because I actually want to do like I have some ideas for stuff. And I kind of just want to niche it down to more of like a tall fashion space, because I'm 6'5", and I would dress differently if I was 5'11" than I do at 6'5". Because there's just certain brands and certain clothes that I just can't wear because the fit isn't right. And then even just being like in my late 30s, like there's a way to niche down even further. So I kind of want to do that, but the Instagram page as it is, like I'm not touching that anymore. When I create some more content, I'll go over there and tell y'all like, no, I'm over here now. And I'll try to get as much of that audience to my regular page as possible, but I can't do it. Favorite wrestling debut? Ric Flair in 91 for sure. When he came in with the big gold belt. Oh, far and away. My favorite debut. Jericho, Y2J, that was fire. Sid in 92 when Sid came in, because I was a big Sid Vicious fan in WCW. So when he was Sid Justice, that was fire. That was dope. Let me see. Favorite New Balance sneaker? Oh, 1906. Far and away. 1906. Where they at? No, I put them up because I just cleaned up my office. 1906. The way that y'all feel about the 2002 and the 9060 is how I feel about the 1906. 1906 it's the best silhouette that New Balance has done in years. Better than the 327, all that stuff. Like the 1906 is I love that silhouette. I got 2 pair and I want 2 more. I love the 1906s. Far and away. Love them. Yeah, Brock and the Hardy Boys was hard too. And Brock is one of my favorite wrestlers. Yeah, Brock killed that. That was fire. That was super fire. So, ooh, man, my shoulder is killing me. I had a massage today and an adjustment. Like, man, my body is on trash. I need to shower and go to bed. I'm out of it. So, all right, I'm gonna take one more question if y'all got it. Otherwise, I'm gonna get out of here. But I'm gonna take one more because I'm chilling. Y'all know normally I like to shut these down at 10. Oh, did I do that wrong? Okay, I don't know. No, going once. Going to I know. You ain't gotta like, yo, if it ain't no more questions, like then it's no more questions. It's okay. It's not that serious. Am I out there hooping or was it the adjustment? What do you mean? The adjustment to what? I'm not, if you ask me if I'm hooping, no. No, I'm not playing basketball. I want to get back into baseball, but nah, I'm not playing basketball right now. I play like with my family, you know what I'm saying? I play with my wife and my daughter, and you know, my son is into it a little bit, but like me just hooping on nah, man, cause like if again, to Black's point, like if I'm going to be doing something like that, I'm going to do it with the homies. Cause if I just go to freaking, you know, 24-hour fitness or something, it's going to be niggas in there trying out for the NBA, and I don't got time for that energy. Oh, my shoulder. I slept on it wrong. I don't know. My orthopedic, I went to go see the orthopedic provider, and they said I might have a tear, a labrum tear. I gotta get an MRI done. I just haven't gone in to do it. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. All right, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna check with y'all. I'm gonna get with y'all later, man. I really do appreciate y'all. Oh, the other thing. No, okay, here we go. Yeah, when the Hardys came back at WrestleMania a few years ago, that was crazy. I'm not even a big Hardys fan, but like the Hardys came back a few years ago. That was hard. I'm not a big Cody Rhodes fan. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't really like Cody Rhodes like that. I don't really like AEW like that. I think AEW has always been like a really bad product. It's like it's flippy indie stuff with a budget. I don't like the Young Bucks. The writing is terrible consistently. Like it's not good. I like Kenny Omega in New Japan. I don't like Kenny Omega in AEW. I don't like Hangman. I didn't like any of the matches Punk had. I don't like MJF. The only thing that's good about AEW, I'm not a big fan of FTR. Jade is the only thing that's halfway decent in there, and she just needs to get better in the ring, but I like her character work. And I feel like she's going to go to WWE at some point. Sasha better not go to AEW. You crazy? Absolutely not. That's my hate for the day. All right, man, I'm getting out of here, man. It was good talking to y'all. I'm going to try really hard to go next week. I'll be back here next week. I'm trying to be consistent. If I can do 4 in a row, then that's a successful time. So I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. I don't know. Y'all let me know before y'all get out of here. Let me know, do y'all prefer like actual topics to talk about, or do y'all prefer like just this kind of off the cuff kind of thing? Let me know what y'all like. And we'll do that. So I'll get with y'all later, man. Y'all have a great night.